First play, and Hurts looking to throw it.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
This defense has passed its first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Now Lance looking to change it up. Here's a quick throw out wide by Lance, complete.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, They don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready, break. Right, 97.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Hey, you.
Now Lance. Finds Gibbs on the check down.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
Hey, red. Row, 52.
Lance now on 1st down. Oh, and that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And now they'll shift things around. Now a play fake. Lance. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They go play action with Hurts.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
Micah Parsons able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. Down the numbers. There he goes.
And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 14-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break the initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. One of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, you know, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. They'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out. Learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
Now 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, a 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And got his man complete.
And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
A big play here for Dallas. And even 40 yards.
And that might be exactly where they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here.
And some space here. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jameer Gibbs.
35 yards.
And the Cowboys are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On play action, Lance.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
Now Lance wants to change him up.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
And now an audible here into something else. On 2nd down, here's Gibbs.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
62 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Here is 3rd down and 4. And Lance now to throw.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2nd down and 6 now.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. 2nd and 6. Throwing is Hurts.
He's got Smith here.
Down the sideline he goes. Devontae Smith.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith.
73 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Play action. Now it's Lance. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play here for Dallas. 63 yards.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
Now Elliott. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Elliott will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, I tell you, Ezekiel Elliott, he is just built like a bowling ball, and he powered his way into the end zone there.
I love that description of him because when you think about Zeke, you think about lower body strength and those legs churning and creating extra yardage.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, Hurts.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing 2nd half. This is what we wanted, all tied, and this is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is, and doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before missed the next year.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it.
That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs. To throw, it's Lance. He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
77 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And Lance, he's going to change the play.
They go play action here on first down.
That is caught by Lamb.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. The give, right side for Gibbs.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Off of play action, here's Lance.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Jalen Carter able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This from 44 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter.
Oh, those are the ones that eat at you as a kicker. Tie game, 3rd quarter. This is one you know you should make. Instead, you miss it, and it's jubilation on the other sideline.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Jalen Carter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Here's Lance.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bailey. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance. And this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary. And that's a job well done there.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Trying the left side with Gibbs.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Cowboys on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! Jelani Woods from 10 yards out. And the Cowboys have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Throwing on first down is Lance. The short throw pulled in by Woods.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now Lance looking to change it up. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This to make it a 2-score game. Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Hurts throw complete there to Smith. Down the right sideline, inside the 10.
And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Barkley will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
Barkley again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the night.
And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
And it's picked up by and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Elliott on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll change things around before the snap. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Lance to throw it.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Lance back to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40.
Now that is the 2-minute drill at its very best. Get the completion, get a big chunk of yardage, and then get out of bounds to save those timeouts. You cannot do it any better than that.
Hand off now to Gibbs.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now 2nd and 4. Now Lance wants to change him up.
Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This is 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here comes 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
It's got to have it time. 4th and 9.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going for the deep ball. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here.